a very long time. You've seen me. And when I was trying to get busy with my YouTube channel, something else came up and that has kept me busy for a very long time. And I'm so glad it's over. I'm going to spill the tea for my YouTube people. But if you're my friend on TikTok, Instagram, you would have known what happened. I got married 2 months ago. So the whole planning, you all know that planning wedding is not easy. And I didn't get a proper events planner. I just had coordinator and my aunt also did some of the planning. At one point, I was still involved in some of the planning, and me staying in the UK and my wedding was happening in Nigeria, it was a whole lot. So I had to put a pause to my content creation here. I got married. So I'm going to finally spill the tea for my YouTube people here, just in case you're not on my other socials. I got married. You must have been wondering that we thought you were married. I did my court wedding in year 2022, and there was a day I called my husband Uluworimi. Uluworimi in Yoruba means the owner of the money on my head, or the owner of the bride price paid on my head. And he said it's not my Uluworimi yet because he hasn't paid my bride price. So we went to Nigeria and we did the proper traditional wedding, and we also had a proper church wedding. So newly married, bride price paid in full. Yes, correct Yoruba babe. When I posted my traditional wedding video on my TikTok, a couple of friends were asking me, how did I meet my husband? Where did you meet your husband? So in this video, I'll be spilling the tea of how I met my husband. Now let's talk about before I met my husband. 2 years before we met, I came out of a very bad relationship. This guy then, my parents knew him. I have introduced him to my parents. At the end of the day, the relationship didn't go well, even though my mom was against that relationship at the time. She never wanted me to be with the guy, let alone of getting married to that particular guy. And after I broke up with the guy, I said something to myself that the next guy I'll be introducing to my parents will be my husband. I don't want to introduce multiple boyfriends or fiancés to my parents, and as at the end of the day, nothing is going to come out of it. I was so determined about that. So after a year, when I broke up from my 3 years relationship in 2018, I was single for almost a year plus, for a year or close to a year before I met another guy and we were dating. But I never took that relationship so serious, or I wasn't desperate for marriage. I don't date for fun, I date for marriage, right? But then I wasn't putting all my hope or all my trust in that relationship that, okay, this must lead to marriage. My parents never knew I even dated someone during those period because I was not like, by fire, by force, we must get married, right? And the relationship wasn't going too well, wasn't what I wanted in my future husband, wasn't really what I wanted. But then you just need someone to talk to and someone that is always there for you. And so let's just see if this thing is going to lead somewhere. And if it's not leading anywhere, I don't really care. But then I was actually serious with it and hoping that is a two-way thing. Let's see if it lead further or there's nothing else coming out of this. Me staying single for a year after I broke up with my ex in 2018 was actually intentional because I just want to heal. The relationship was a lot. I just want to be a whole new person. I don't want to be a broken person in another relationship. So I had to take my time. I stayed off the dating pool and I was being prayerful that God, when it is time, just do your thing. I'm not forcing this. Now let's go to how we met. When I met my husband, I was in a relationship. The relationship was actually going to 2 years because I started dating this person, I think late 2019. So it was like the relationship was a year plus. And my husband was also in a 4 years relationship. Even though my relationship was not built on a solid rock, the foundation wasn't deep, but then relationship is still relationship. I won't take that as an excuse. You might call both of us like we are cheating, but I don't see it as cheating. I never cheated on my boyfriend before I said yes or anything to my husband. Before my husband and I met, I was at Shiloh. A week before we met, I prayed for marital settlement because then my ex-boyfriend then was acting some ways, and I told God that if this guy doesn't change, if I don't see any changes by December 31st of that year, I was going to call him and I was going to cut off the relationship. That was my determination, like that was my plan before I didn't know I was going to meet my husband. Any wedding they invite you to as a single person, please go. Even though you don't have money for a shrek, go to that wedding because I met my husband at a wedding. There's no place you can't meet your husband, be it church, wedding, anywhere. Me, I met my at a wedding, and this wedding, I almost didn't go for the wedding. This wedding, I was supposed to go with my ex. He just did something, and I was just so angry. And I'm like, guy, don't worry, I'm going to go. You don't need to follow me again because we were supposed to go together. Being a wedding guest is really expensive. The wedding was in Lagos, and I stayed in Ibadan. And I was going to me whenever I'm going for any new occasion, I'll make sure I get a new dress. That's one thing about me. So I was related to the groom. The groom was like a mutual friend. We used to be in the choir together, and we're from the same hometown. Our family houses are not so far from each other. So I was like, babe, are you not going to come to my wedding? So at first, when I calculated how much I'll be spending, I'll be spending close to 200K, 150K. I'm like, what if I send this money to this guy? But it was like, don't worry, I want you to be at my wedding. I actually made my mind to go to that wedding just 4 days or 5 days to the wedding. So when I made up my mind, I had to go to the market, get my fabric, and I had to make that dress on Express. When I say Express, like I had to pay extra because I needed that clothes to be ready within 2 or 3 days. On getting to the wedding, I look so good. I'm going to put the picture of the dress I was wearing on that day. When I said I look so good, I had to contact a makeup artist at Ikorodu. We met at Ikorodu of all places. Because the wedding was at Ikorodu. I contacted a makeup artist. And then I was the hottest babe at that wedding, no doubt. See, dress well. Like I tell people that looking good is actually a good business. And he saw before he knew I had good character. Like the appearance was given. Oh, this baby is full glam. Almost small. Maybe I'm more finer than the bride, but I'm not even finer than the bride. And when I got to the wedding, like I said, our mutual friend was the one getting married, was the groom. So at the wedding, the only people I knew was the groom and his younger brother and their family. But you know, the dad, they will be busy. Even the younger brother will be busy with their guests and everything. So basically, and the groom is also getting married. Nobody will have time for me. I'll just be on my own and be at my table and just be looking. So definitely I'll be bored. When I get to the venue, I called the groom's younger brother that I'm at the venue, and he's like, okay, no was coming to pick me. When I get into the hall, here was what he said. So there was this table, my husband and the groom friends were sitting there, and the groom younger brother told my husband that, please, me to take care of her. So now, since December 19th, 2020, this guy has been taking care of me indeed. It was so funny. So I sat down beside my husband and we're actually having good conversation. And as someone that loves to take pictures, like I was like, please, can you take my pictures? Can you do my videos? And he was doing all that. He was giving me the attention. So when he asked for my name, so it was with two of his other friends. So they were like, oh, what is your name? Blah, blah, blah. And oh, he likes lady with all this like Oriki name, Shake, Ajumo, Ajoke, all this traditional name. And I'm like, okay, I'm Ash. They really like when I told them my name is Ashak. They said, those are type of names they like. Or I think I mentioned my English name or whatever. And it's like, oh, what is your name? And I'm like, okay, Ashak. It's like, oh, those are the names they like. Blah blah blah. Well, me, I was not tripping. No, to be sincere, it was not love at first sight. Because in my head, I had a boyfriend. Even though any one of you is coming, I have a boyfriend. Even though the boyfriend is not serious, but at least for guys to still respect you that you have someone, you are not single lady that they can just talk to anyhow. So that was the brain I had then. So after the wedding, meanwhile, I said he was taking my pictures and my videos. So I had some on my phone and I also had some on his phone. After the wedding, he suggested that maybe we should just do like a sort of party. We should just go to a very nice lounge or club or something, like a lounge just to chill. Reception was not too long. I traveled all the way from Ibadan to Lagos that very day, and I already got an hotel room for myself. I need to rest. So it was like, maybe my hotel can have a lounge or something if they can. I said, no. If you come there, I will leave you guys and to sleep. I'm sorry, I don't want to hang out. I just want to go to my hotel and sleep and rest because I'm tired. Because that day, my I'm just so that all my labor was not in vain. I paid almost 3 or times 4 for Uber because the location they gave us, the map took us to somewhere different. Imagine you are traveling to Lagos and the map took you to Benin. So you've now got Benin, you now have to like turn back again and start going back to Lagos. That was what happened on that day. Because the driver, he brought someone from the island and is actually near to Ikorodu. That was how the both of us we shall lost. We're looking forward. When I go going to hang out with them, then he said, okay, no problem. And we were departing because we left the venue together. While we were departing, I told him that, guy, you have my pictures and my videos on your phone. Can you please send those pictures and videos to me? And this guy said, since I said I was not going to hang out with him and his friends, oh. After the reception was over and I insisted that I was going to be at my hotel room, I was not hanging out, I'm not going with anybody. I just want to go to my hotel room and rest. So we left the reception together, and when we got to where I was going to depart to my requested for his number because I have some pictures on his phone so that he can send them to me on WhatsApp. And this guy said he's sorry, can't give me his WhatsApp number because I didn't agree to hang out with him. I was pained. I know I'm a very attractive girl. Every guy wants my number. So I asked for this guy number and he's telling me that he can't. Who does that? I felt insulted. I'm like, okay, no problem. He actually airdropped picture to me. Is that not an insult? But to be said, it was to me, just like to exchange contacts, is it for picture safe? After that day, I might not even talk to him again. Sure, I dropped my pictures and I went to my hotel. But something told me at that point that this guy will call you. How he was going to get my number was only through two people, the groom and the younger brother. And the younger brother didn't even have his number. It was on that day that the groom sent his number to me so that I could call. And several people on that day, so you might not be sure of what my number is. So I was at my hotel room, I was sleeping. I think that was around 10 p.m., almost 10:30 or to 11 p.m. that particular day. And I just got this unknown number. This call came in and I picked the call, and lo and behold, it was my husband. I was like, oh, like, hi, this is how you met at so wedding. In my spirit, man, they said you are going to call. But then I was not looking for something. I was not I was thinking that something like a relationship was to come out of it because I knew he had a girlfriend. Both of us were talking about was his girlfriend. I was talking about my boyfriend. Oh, my boyfriend and I were supposed to come to this wedding. It was like, oh, his girlfriend was supposed to come to the wedding, but they had like a family function. She could not come. Blah blah blah. So like, how do you? I want to marry you. Kind of conversation. It was just purely on friendship and vibes on that day. So when he called me and was like, oh, so when are you returning back to Ibadan? Because I have a business in Ibadan. I'll be leaving the next day. I said, okay, that is on Monday or Tuesday. I said, okay, no problem. And he dropped the call. I think like 30 minutes later, he called me back. He was like, oh, that maybe he will be leaving the next day to that. Can we go together? Because it's going to Oshogbo. He lives in Oshogbo. I lived in Ibadan. I'm like, okay, no problem. We can live together. Then the next day came and we met and left Lagos together. Then something happened again. While on our way, police stopped us. We were stopped on the road by the policemen, and it was asked to come down, and they were having conversation with him. And you know, Nigerian policemen, it's just so annoying, trying to ask for money. Like this guy, you could not even pinpoint to any wrong about him, and you are telling him to give you money. As the confident babe that I am, who are you? I can talk to you. I went to meet the police. I'm like, why are you harassing my boyfriend? That's the lowest thing I've ever done in my life. Somebody that did not say, will you be my girlfriend? Somebody that have not toasted me. I went to go and meet a policeman. And with the way police people used to shoot, I don't even know if he's a criminal. Maybe he has something hidden. Or I don't see the way people just duplicate themselves. I went to go and meet the policeman. Please, Ogade, why are you harassing my boyfriend? Why? Why? The policeman was like, auntie, calm down. It's only you that wants to be enjoying his money. I'm like, it's not that to be enjoying his money. He didn't do anything wrong. He didn't see any faults with him. And you just be harassing Nigerian. You like that. Police, they were actually nice. I don't know. So we continued the journey. So from Lagos to Ibadan, it was like a 2 hours. We were just having conversation. We talked all through, talking about different things. We're just flowing. We got to Ibadan. I was like, what is my plan for the day? I'm like, I'm just going to sleep. I love sleeping. Is there a place for us to just hang out? So that day we had our first date. The second day we met, we had our first date, even though it was not too official, but it was actually also at a very good restaurant. So I'm like, oh, there's this new restaurant in Ibadan. Then I think there are nice stuff there, and we can just go. So we went there, and it's a bit pricey. So I'm like, I don't know how much this guy has me. I'm trying to like bring him to kind of place. And he didn't want to collect it at first. I'm like, no, no, now the money you want to pay. I mean, I like to do shakara. I'm not dating you because of your money that this kind of, even though I will still collect more from you later. But then, so that was how we had our first date. And it was nothing serious, to be sincere. It was just based on friendship and vibes. Like me and this guy, we got so along. We talked about so many things. Like we were just so with each other. So that was our first date. After our first date, we both left to our different houses. He left for Oshobo. I went home to Ibadan, like to my house, Ibadan. And we're just like flowing on calls. Someone you just be on call with all the time, calling you, checking up on you. Oh, why is your boyfriend? He's fine. How is your girlfriend? She's fine. Hope you are good. We're just having like random conversation or on phone for more than 1 hour, just based on vibes and friendship. Yeah. So it was like, oh, he's really getting along with me. Meanwhile, we met on December 19 and we both left Lagos December 20th. So it was few days to Christmas. So it was like, okay, what's my plan for? I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to parents, but I don't know if my parents will be around for Christmas. So if they won't be around for Christmas, if they'll be around for New Year, it means in Ocean State, it means I'll just visit for New Year. So, and I told her I wasn't sure if I'd be around for Christmas. So he said he was going to come to so that we can celebrate. He might not be able to come on Christmas Day because he has like a little introduction he wants to do with his ex then that he wants to go and meet her family and on Boxing Day, 26th of December. I was going to come to Ibadan. Then we can just hang out and find a very nice place to go because he knew I was a very boring girl. I said, okay, fine. So later, I knew I'll be to Osun State. And I told him, guy, there's no need for you to come to Ibadan again. I'll be in Osun State because my parents will be around and it would be very nice for me to like meet you after celebrating Christmas with my probably was going to come to my town or I was going to visit him in Oshogbo. And he said, no problem. So when I traveled down and we met in Oshogbo. After that meeting in Oshogbo, and I got back to Ibadan. My husband was in Oshogbo. I lived in Ibadan. My husband would shot to Ibadan to Oshogbo like 4 times in a week. I did not give this before. I didn't give him a four. I didn't give him, I've not even cooked for him to eat. Why? Before I knew it, this guy would call me, guy, babe, guess what? I'll be like, what? I'm on my way to Ibadan. It was a day he got to Ibadan around 10:30. He didn't even tell me. Imagine we spoke around 6 p.m. Like, how you doing? We just got from work. And the next thing, guess what? And he already told me he wanted to sleep. Oh. And the next thing, baby, guess what? I'm like, what? I'm on my way to Ibadan. I'm like, this night is dark. Why? I just want to see you. I'm like, hey. So it was getting serious already. I had to I was doing that for like 3 weeks. Was shuttling about like 5 times a week. After the talk, we need to be serious with what we are doing. Because one thing about me is like I love giving anything I'm doing definition. Guy, we need to define whatever we are doing. What are we doing? Is this friendship or I don't know. I have of 4 years. I can't tell you to leave your girlfriend for me. And I also have a boyfriend of 2 years. And what are we doing? You can't just call this one friendship. And was always spending on hotel whenever he comes and all. We just need to define this thing we are doing. So he was like, what do you want? I said, what do I want? What I want is if I want to date someone, I love to have you to me alone. And I won't be a bad person to destroy you. And we were going back and forth for 3 weeks. It was like traveling down from Ushubu. We need to define whatever we are doing. Whatever I'm doing, I love to give it a very good definition. I can't tell you to leave your 4 years relationship, and I'm also in a relationship of almost going to 2 years. And what do you want us to do? He said he was supposed to travel by that year, February, that if he gets to wherever his country is going to, he was going to break up with his girlfriend. I said, this is January. I can't wait till February. Before February, I might have moved on. I'm not going to for you. Is that what you want? I said, yes. If you can't make up your mind now to choose whosoever you want to choose, because I'm such a lover girl. When I'm dating you, I want to have you to myself. I carry my relationship on my head. Everybody will know. I will post you. There's no see if I meet a guy and we are getting along, I will post you though the relationship should spoil tomorrow. I'm like my own kind of when I love. Even my friends, when I have a best friend, I know on my WhatsApp that I have a best friend because I always post you, I always mention your name. I'm like, I don't love in silence. I then was like, okay, is that what you want? I said, yeah, that's what I want. We should just avoid each other if you cannot make up your mind. You be on your lane and let me be on my lane. Chicken now. We don't come to this world together. Is that what you? I said yes. So for like 24 hours we didn't talk. And the second day I was missing. You know someone that is always calling you all the time, you're always on call with each other and all that. And the fact that sometimes it will be at home and it'll be like I should not call you as so. I might say something I might want to gist you and it's that time that Ina said I should not call you. Bro, it's hard. I can't do that. So I was consideration the whole thing of and I just said hello. I didn't call. I just said as we got talking, I said, guy, don't be carried away that I've messaged you and you're replying my chat to what do you want to do now? I can't continue like this. I can't be a side chick. He said, okay, that God will teach him what to do. If the only time I can go into a relationship with you is when you break up with your girlfriend and when I also break up with my boyfriend. And if you don't break up with your that was what I said. I didn't say if you don't break up with your boyfriend, I can't break up with my boyfriend. If you don't break up with your girlfriend, I can't break up. I didn't say so. So we're talking, I think that week was his ex birthday. And I think a day or two after his ex birthday, That it was only that week that he didn't travel down to Ibadan. He just called me. He said, "Babe, guess what?" I said, "What?" "I have broke up with my girlfriend." I pitied the girl because prior to that, the ex was already calling me, telling me to leave her boyfriend alone. I'm an husband snatcher. She'll be cursing me on the phone. Hey, nobody like, "Auntie." The first time she called me, then like there was even nothing serious. I'm like, "See, I have a boyfriend. I'm not dating your boyfriend." And the gist of how she got to know about me was the day my husband got back from the wedding, he didn't know that the babe was inside. So he was not gisting his friend on the phone that, see, I saw one girl today. That girl, she's so fine. And he has my picture on his that one. That was how later the girl, she checked his phone. She saw my picture. She saw our chat. And since then, she started calling me, cursing my life. I mean, I, like I had like I told him that later I'm going to snatch. I didn't even snatch because he snatched me. So as I was saying, just called me that see babe, I don't break up. I was like when you are frozen, yeah, bro. First time I was still thinking that it's to take a while. Maybe they get into anything bad to him that you can't just come. So now I said, okay, he has broken up with his girlfriend. I said if both of us, if we did not remove from our relationship, they can't be us. Okay, when are you going to break up with your boyfriend? Like, eh. But this boy did not offend me that time. My ex, he didn't offend me, even though it was not serious. Someone should not call you for this and he's telling you that his phone is bad. Even sometimes my husband do think I always have a boyfriend because this guy will not call me and he'll be like, guy, babe, we've been together since morning. And if you have a boyfriend, he should call you. You are not replying chats from him. So what is happening? Are you sure you really have a boyfriend? It was that bad. But I was still having like guilty conscience that this guy did not love me now. You should just do something that can just like lie. But the day I'll break up my ex, my husband sat in my front like this. He knew his name. He died the number. He said, "Do ya talk? Break up with your boyfriend now." And me too. When my ex picked the call, like, "Hi, Niyi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Good. This relationship, we just need to put a stop. I'm breaking up with." I was like, "What happened? We need to talk." And I met my husband December 19. The last time myself and my ex saw was also maybe December 12 or December 13. So from the moment I've even met my husband, I've not seen my boyfriend. That's why it was that day I went to buy a ring that I want to propose, but I want to make sure I break up with my ex. I sure broke up with my ex, so that one was saying we should see and we should talk. I said it's too late. I cannot talk anything again. So lo and behold, my husband proposed to me on February 14, 2021, shortly like 7 weeks after we met. It was not up to 2 months. That's like one like just do the calculation, but it was not up to 2 months. There was a day I told my work bestie that my husband proposed to me. And she was like, "Are you crazy? How did you know it was your husband?" So how did I know it was my husband? He just ticked all the boxes. I just knew. Something in me knew. Because I'm always this person that always wants to study a guy. Let's see how he's going to do. Let's see his behavior. But I just trusted him. My guts trusted him. I just said, even the day he wanted to propose, I knew something was going to happen. That day was the first time in my entire life that I would ever give a man gift. I bought Valentine's gift for him. I packaged it, I surprised him, not knowing that he was going to surprise me later in the day. And the funny thing was, I was not that planned my own, I used my own hand to plan my engagement because I said we must definitely go out for a dinner on that Valentine's Day. And I chose the location, even though we were unable to go to the location again. By the time we got to the restaurant, it was full. I forgot to do like a reservation, so we had to like go to another. I so close. Hey, I dress fine as usual. Trust me, I so close. But then it was that I was just so convinced. It ticked all the boxes, and this was how I knew it was my husband. I said if I should tell my mom about this guy, and she didn't fume about it, and she says that is okay and everything, that is the one. Because basically, my mom is my prophet. I would rather kneel down in front of my mom than kneel down in front of any prophet for prophecy or for them to pray for me. Hmm. My mom, I fear she's my prophet. So after I proposed, I've told my parents, even my friends, it was that day because someone I met that is not up to 2 months. You still be playing your game now. Is this going to stay or not? I can't tell my friend that I just met the guy, and at the end of the day, the guy will now run away. Now that guy you told us that you met, where is he? I didn't want you understand. So it was actually strange to everybody, even when I posted. And that December, I still posted my ex. So when I posted my proposal that I finally said yes, everybody was expecting to see my ex picture. Then they saw somebody else. Like people were confused. Like one of my friends chatted me, please, where did you see them? I don't understand. I met this person, it's not up to 2 months and he proposed. That's it. I just even broke up with my ex 1 week. Oh, I don't even know. So basically, we dated for 1 week and he proposed to me. Let's say like we've been friends before that very day I broke up with my and that day he proposed. So I told my mom that I collect ring. There's one guy I met though, and he gave me ring. Say I will marry him or not. I will I marry him or not? And I said yes, I was going to marry him. My mom started asking me question, where is he from? The funny thing was from my hometown. His mom and my dad, they are almost from the same compound. You know this Agbole, that like streets, like my streets and his mom's parents is just sent each other. His dad is from Mogon, my dad is from Petumodu, his mom is from we are both from and I've never dated a guy from Osun State, like from my own town. So I was so confused. Like all my life, I'm like, I don't want to do my hometown because at the end of the day, if you check the lineage, we might be related in one way or the other. And I went to go and see him in Lagos. And meanwhile, we are from the same states. So I just told my mom that she should pray about it. I told my mom to pray about it. My mom that not like the person. I did not even send picture. I didn't say anything. I was even accent. I told my mom, how far now? Sure you don't pray about me. I did not pray. Oh, I won't lie to you. Because I'm not those kind of people that will be like, hey, I prayed about it and God said, me, I knew. You know, when you've prayed to God and God have told you this is how it will look like, this is what it will look like. And everything God have spoken to you, you are seeing the manifestation already. It was not when I met him that I was talking to God. I've spoke to God before. So one thing is just that during your waiting period, be close to God. You and God be like this. There was a letter I used to read then to my future husband. Everything I used to manifest, everything I used to read was everything I saw in him. So I didn't even bother to go and meet any pastor that please I saw help me and pray. I found everything I wanted. I saw everything. So I was not going to God to be asking again because I've already seen everything. I said, God, I want to see my man. So there was no time to waste time. So even my mom I wanted because if my and I said if my mom should say yes to this is my husband. And so when I told my mom that get back to me, oh meanwhile during our introduction, the mom said something that she had seen me in her dream even before I met her son. It was on my introduction. Okay, I met the mom before the introduction. She said she has seen me look like God have shown it to her. So why will I not be going to a Greek prophet? So by the time we even choose our introduction day, so we went to our pastor. So when we went to my mom pastor and we knelt down, he wanted to scare us. He said, so my mom pastor said, you guys are not compatible. You cannot marry each other. I was angry because I was kneeling down before. Fast, I stood up because if God have confirmed something and somebody said there is no, and you're sure about your own that prophet in our leg that my parents have not met my husband and agreed. So it is God, it is divine. I was how I knew. I just knew because everything felt right. I was peaceful and short period I met him, I was the happiest person on earth. I've never been happy like that in my entire life. And how I knew it was him was, although it was not easy at some point, not that we're struggling in relationship, but other aspect of our life, we were struggling at some point. But then I knew that this marriage was the will of God for us. And we had speed. If I tell you that speed, we just say something without having any backup or anything. And before we know it, We pray to do so many things together. We have answers to prayer. That is how I knew this is my man. We had speed in our life. He is very kind. He has sacrificed more for me. Like in most relationship, a woman has to sacrifice a lot of the things. His sacrifice was his church, because I attend Winners and he attended Redeem. And moving all through the period we were dating and we were getting to know each other, I only traveled to his house once. I only went to his house once like this. And that one time I didn't cook. I didn't do any housewife material. He was always traveling down to sacrifice. The second sacrifice he did was after we did our court wedding. I was supposed to move in with my husband and I relocated because he worked remotely. He relocated from Oshu on a norms because I had business in Ibadan. You'll be like, just put somebody, since you have like business partner and you don't have to be going to your work all the day. He sacrificed to come to Ibadan. Another big sacrifice he had done was when we came to England, to UK, he sacrificed again. I got an internship in Scotland and my husband left his job in England to follow me to Scotland. Even though I got a paid internship, initially he thought he was supposed to go back to England and hopefully when he gets a job was going to stay. But when we came, he said he doesn't want to leave me. And he was sure I was going to get a job. But if we don't even have much savings, at least they will be paying me, and within a month I should just endure with him, that within a month I was going to get a job. But lo and behold, because God sees his heart and God knows how much I appreciate all his sacrifice and everything that he does, within 2 weeks my husband got a very good job, almost like times 2 of his pay in England. So those are enough confirmation for me to know that it is my husband. And even the wedding we went to do in Nigeria, I wasn't ready for the wedding, for the big wedding. I wanted our wedding to be in 2026 because then I'll be done with my master's. We'll have more savings, I'll be more settled. But it was like, babe, let me just go and do this thing. We went back and forth on it before I finally agreed. And I think it was a lady that should be like, hey, when are you going to pay my bride price? Me, I was even relaxed. But it was like, it's just disturbing his heart. Whenever I talk to my parents, he's not free because he has not. I said, we've done court wedding. He said, and court is not wedding. That I want to do the. Because even when we were dating and he proposed, I was scared because it was too, when something is too good to be real. I felt okay. After our introduction, we're supposed to get married almost immediately. I'm like, I don't really know much about it. Let me just chill and let me know you, because the way you are acting, it's not looking real. Maybe you were going to change. We did our court wedding, we like legally married in 2022, and I was still thinking it was going to change, and still that same good guy. Even when we wanted to do our traditional wedding, I'm like, hey, if you paid my bride price, are you not still going to? But at least it's been 2 months now that we've been married legally, traditionally married, and married in the church, and he's still that good guy, still that kind guy. So that was how I knew he's my husband. I almost got emotional, but I'm not going to be emotional today. So he's such a very nice guy. He's so kind. I for 4 things before I met my husband, when I was waiting for my husband. Number one is I want a lover of God and a man that loves himself. The reason why I said a man that loves himself is because Bible says, love your neighbor as yourself. So a man that doesn't love himself would not know how to love. Yeah, you will not know how to love other people. And even as a lady, as I don't love yourself, self-love, it's very difficult for you to love, to express love, to show love, because you do to other people what you want to be done to you. And the second thing I prayed for was, I need a wise man. I need a wise man. I won't go in today. But when you have a very wise partner, it can save you a lot. And my husband, God, hey, that guy. His name is Solomon, but bad part of Solomon, God forbid, in Jesus' name. But that good part, when they say somebody have brain, answered prayer. And I told God, I want a kind man. Everything I've said now, if he's not kind, he's a very kind man. And the last one I prayed to God for was a secured and a man that is ill. Because one of the major problems I had in my past relationship was my guys were insecure. My exes, my they were insecure. They have no insecurities, like 100%. Battery is fully charged. And it's such a burden to me because I know I'm going to go places, I'm going to meet people. There are times I'll need to travel internationally alone, and my man will not trust me. Ah, and I'm a fine girl. Please, you need to trust me. Oh. And the man is healed, and God answered others' prayer, and he added extra toppings to be sincere. So that is it. Let me know if you have any question to ask me. I don't mind doing another video for you guys. And one thing I want to leave with you is if you are waiting for that right man, first become the right person you want to marry. Have the character of the person you want to marry. Don't chase it. And I want you to know something. Don't chase it. Just let God do his thing. Don't be too desperate. Don't show some level of desperate. Oh, I'm getting old. I wanted to get married at 25 or thereabout, or 24, but I think the relationship I thought I was going to, it didn't. And now I'm thanking God that I'm grateful those relationships didn't work out, because hey, even my husband have actually set some standard for me now that I can't settle for less. So I can't. It will bring whatever that is yours when you are ready for it. God knows the right time you need the husband. If you bring it early, you might chase it away. You might not have enough sense. Maybe it is God is waiting for you to have sense so that he's going to bring it. So he will bring it when you are ready. Thank you for watching my love story today. I hope you really enjoy my story. See you in my next. Bye. Thanks for watching. Mwah.